The world tells you to play it safe. It whispers promises of security, of a steady path, of a comfortable existence within predefined boundaries. It paints vivid pictures of paychecks, pensions, and predictable routines, suggesting that true fulfillment lies in conforming, in blending in simply existing within the structures already built. But look closer. Observe the true architects of our reality, the ones who dared to redraw the lines, to shatter the norms, to build what was once unimaginable from the sheer force of an idea. Their ascent is rarely marked by cautious steps or hesitant whispers. It is forged in a crucible, far more potent, a forge often misunderstood, frequently dismissed, and tragically, almost universally underestimated, the power of entrepreneurship. This isn't merely a path to financial freedom. It's a profound declaration of independence, a soul-awakening journey into creation, and the unwavering trajectory of wealth through innovation. Look around, and you will see the evidence of its absence everywhere. The brilliant ideas that wither in the shadows of corporate cubicles, the ambitious spirits suffocated by layers of bureaucracy, the fervent passions that dissipate into the ether, leaving behind only the bitter taste of regret. We live in an age where information abounds, where every conceivable tool for creation is readily available, yet the vast majority of humanity remains perpetually anchored, bound by chains of their own mental making, unable to bridge the gap between envisioning and building, between dreaming and delivering. This isn't merely a character flaw. It's a systematic weakening of the entrepreneurial spirit, a pervasive cultural hypnosis that prioritizes risk aversion over audacious creation. The titans who shaped our world, the Andrew Carnegies, who saw industrial empires rise from humble beginnings, the Henry Fords, who envisioned a car for every man, the Madam C.J. Walkers, who built fortunes by serving an overlooked need, did not possess a secret shortcut to success. They possessed an unyielding, almost audacious belief in the possibility of their vision, in the inevitability of their solution, in the profound impact their innovation could have. They understood intimately that the external world bends not to idle hopes, but to the will of the Creator, supercharged by a definiteness of purpose and an unshakable entrepreneurial mindset. What you consistently hold in your mind with burning conviction and relentless certainty, when directed into innovative creation, eventually begins to materialize as tangible wealth and profound impact in your outer reality. This is not magic. This is the law of organized effort and applied imagination, a principle as immutable as gravity itself, a force waiting for you to wield it. This journey into the core of entrepreneurial creation begins with a fundamental re-engineering of your mindset. For too long, the idea of work has been treated as a static exchange of time for money, a passive acceptance of roles, or a superficial layer of compliance applied to an underlying current of scarcity. The mind, in this state, becomes a hollow vessel, easily swayed by external market conditions, viewing every challenge as a confirmation of its limitations rather than a test of its innovative resolve. But what if you could fundamentally alter your relationship with your own potential, not by denying the existence of competition, but by understanding your true nature as a creator, an innovator, the architect of new value? This isn't a call for reckless abandon or a dismissal of market realities, but a profound recognition that the cultivation of an entrepreneurial mindset is an act of intellectual and financial liberation from the tyranny of traditional thinking. When your mind is shackled by past failures, by perceived market saturation, or by the narrow confines of what is realistic, it becomes incapable of conceiving, let alone manifesting, the audacious solutions necessary for true economic transformation. Imagine an inventor, forever staring at a blank blueprint, paralyzed by the fear of obsolescence, forever striving for external validation from established industries, forever doubting their capacity to disrupt. The breakthrough is never made. Your greatest triumph is the enterprise you build with your conviction, and a fear-driven mindset is the paralysis that binds your hand. The choice is not whether challenges will arise, but how you allow yourself to be freed by their inevitability, transforming their presence into a powerful catalyst for innovative fortitude. This mindset reorients your entire relationship with possibility. transforming dread of market unknowns into fascination with pioneering and anxiety of failure into determination to construct. It allows you to approach every difficult problem not with a sense of inadequacy, but with the quiet power of a visionary ready to commit, a builder ready to sculpt, a leader ready to manifest, knowing that true wealth is born from daring to innovate where others deem impossible. From this recalibrated mindset flows an unshakable belief system in your capacity to innovate and create value. The world, in its skepticism, often cultivates the belief that certain ventures are too complex, too risky, or simply too large to achieve without extraordinary capital or connections. It whispers that your ideas are futile, your market too saturated, or your resources too limited, subtly eroding your conviction that sustained, intentional entrepreneurial effort is even possible for you. This belief system is a psychological prison, preventing you from recognizing your inherent potential, from claiming your rightful place among the world's disruptors, and from truly unleashing the unique ingenuity that resides within you. It fosters a fixed mindset, where perceived difficulties in market entry are seen as terminal condemnations rather than vital invitations to higher-level business mastery. Consider the early struggles of Walt Disney. He faced bankruptcy, rejection from distributors, and ridicule, with many claiming his vision for animated storytelling and theme parks was absurd. He was told talking mice and magical castles were fantasies, that the world wasn't ready for such immersive entertainment. Yet, his belief in the power of imagination, in his characters, and in his vision for a physical, happiest place on earth remained unyielding. This belief fueled his persistence and ultimately his unwavering commitment to his venture. He didn't believe that initial setbacks or external doubts were proof of his inability to manifest. He saw them as tests of his conviction, as data points for iterative improvement. If he had believed that entrepreneurial success was only for the perfectly resourced, the Magic Kingdom might never have been conceived, and animation as an art form would be far less developed. His genius wasn't in achieving immediate, pristine success. It was in his profound belief in the solvability of complex creative and business challenges, in the inherent value of his dream, and in his own capacity to learn from every attempt, however imperfect. This belief is not granted. It is earned by understanding that your inherent value as a creator is independent of initial market reactions, that setbacks are merely catalysts for refinement, and that true growth comes from embracing the messy reality of persistent internal conviction. It's the quiet knowing that you are capable of handling whatever creative or professional puzzle the market throws at you, not because you're invincible, but because you've proven to yourself through countless imagined successes and tangible efforts that you possess an indomitable spirit of creation. This belief becomes your internal compass, guiding you through the darkest storms of market uncertainty, always pointing towards the tangible innovation and wealth you are destined to achieve. This unshakable belief system, forged in the crucible of inner conviction, directly illuminates your clarity of vision. The world, with its incessant noise and conflicting economic signals, thrives in the fog of indecision and ambiguity. It prefers a landscape shrouded in uncertainty, where every market opportunity seems equally daunting, and every business path feels fraught with potential failure. But when you actively cultivate the practice of unwavering, intentional entrepreneurial belief, your objectives become crystal clear. The path forward, however challenging, reveals itself with undeniable precision, for you have already walked it in your mind's eye with the light of your true intention. This isn't about having all the answers at once, but about possessing the mental fortitude to cut through the noise, to discern your unique value proposition, and to commit to a specific direction with unwavering focus, because you have already engaged the creative part of your mind in problem solving and seen the desired market outcome. Think of Henry Ford daring to envision an automobile for the common man, not just the wealthy elite. The problem was clear. Horseless carriages were expensive, unreliable curiosities. The established industries scoffed. The financial risks were immense. Yet, his clarity of vision for accessible transportation, for a new industrial paradigma solution to the problem of individual mobility was so powerful and so vividly held in his mind that it drove him through countless mechanical failures, financial crises, and relentless criticism. This unwavering clarity, rooted in his profound belief, was the fuel for his intense self-discipline in developing the assembly line and refining his production processes. If he had been paralyzed by the need for perfect foresight, endlessly analyzing the problems of production without committing to the disciplined steps required for their resolution, the assembly line might never have revolutionized manufacturing and global industry. Your clarity, when corrupted by external distractions or inner doubt about market viability, becomes a blur, binding you to the illusion that every potential pitfall must be anticipated before any significant progress can be made. It strips away opportunities not by avoidance, but by paralysis, keeping your energy from the actions that will truly move your venture forward, trapping you in the debilitating endless loop of imagined obstacles. The truth is, the more clearly you define your intentionally believed entrepreneurial path, the less power external distractions have to obscure your vision, leading you towards the breakthrough innovation you deserve. This newfound clarity then amplifies your definiteness of purpose. Without it, even the most vivid vision remains a shimmering mirage, beautiful but unattainable. Purpose is the anchor that grounds your entrepreneurial belief, the compass that directs your clarity, and the fuel that propels your innovation forward. It's not enough to simply desire market success. You must decide, with an unwavering commitment, what specific value you will create, why it profoundly matters to your customers and to you, and how you will set about delivering it. This definiteness of purpose is the crucial distinction between the casual idea generator and the relentless business builder, between the average and the apex entrepreneur. The world is filled with brilliant minds brimming with ideas, but only a precious few possess the unshakable resolve to distill their vast potential into a singular, compelling aim, an undeniable market offering. This singularity of purpose is a direct reflection of your depth of entrepreneurial belief. When you truly believe in an outcome, your purpose becomes etched in stone, unyielding to the shifting sands of market trends or temporary setbacks. Consider the early days of Amazon and Jeff Bezos's almost fanatical definiteness of purpose to become Earth's most customer-centric company. In the chaotic early internet, many saw only a niche for books, but his purpose wasn't just about selling books. It was about reimagining retail, about unparalleled customer convenience, about a long-term vision of ubiquitous e-commerce. This wasn't a vague wish. It was a strategic objective, pursued with an almost obsessive definiteness. Every investment in infrastructure, every decision to expand product categories, every push for faster delivery was a step towards refining his purpose, not abandoning it. His belief in the transformative power of e-commerce, combined with an unwavering purpose, allowed him to persist through countless years of unprofitability and skepticism. If he had lacked a definitive purpose, if his efforts had been scattered across multiple unrelated internet ventures, the global phenomenon of Amazon might have remained a fleeting dot-com dream. Your entrepreneurial purpose, when diluted by indecision or fear of competition, becomes a hazy intention, lacking the magnetic pull necessary to attract the capital, the talent, and the market opportunities required for its manifestation. It's like a startup without a clear mission, adrift in a vast market, destined to be tossed by every wave of economic circumstance. But when your purpose is definite, forged in the fires of your intentional belief, it becomes a magnet, drawing to you everything necessary for its realization. It sharpens your market focus, ignites your operational discipline, and provides an unshakable foundation for every action you take in building your enterprise. This definiteness of purpose born from unyielding belief naturally gives rise to an ironclad discipline. In the entrepreneurial journey, discipline is not a punishment. It is the ultimate expression of commitment to your vision and respect for your venture. It is the conscious choice to sacrifice immediate comfort for long-term growth, to do what is necessary, even when it is difficult, because your purpose demands it, and your belief in that purpose is absolute. The average aspiring entrepreneur views discipline as a chore, a restriction, a burden, the endless hours, the financial sacrifices, the constant problem solving. The high-achieving entrepreneur recognizes it as the essential bridge between an innovative idea and a thriving business, between potential and profitability. Without discipline, the most brilliant business plans remain theoretical, the most fervent market beliefs remain wishes, and the most definite purposes remain unfulfilled. It is the daily, consistent application of focused effort, the small, seemingly insignificant choices, the cold calls, the late nights coding, the early morning strategizing, the meticulous financial review that, compounded over time, create extraordinary results and sustainable competitive advantage. Look at the relentless self-discipline of someone like Elon Musk in the early days of SpaceX or Tesla. His purpose was clear: revolutionize space travel and accelerate the world's transition to sustainable energy. His belief in these audacious goals was cultivated daily, despite immense skepticism and near bankruptcy. But it is his unwavering discipline, the 100-hour work weeks, the obsessive attention to engineering detail, the relentless pursuit of efficiency, the personal financial risk that separated his ventures from mere startups. He didn't feel like working 100 hours a week. He did it because his purpose compelled him and his belief assured him of the outcome. This is the difference between fleeting motivation and ingrained entrepreneurial habit, between temporary effort and sustained disruptive excellence. If he succumbed to every passing whim, every temptation to rest or delegate critical decisions, his companies might have folded. Your entrepreneurial self-discipline, when weak, leaves your venture vulnerable to distraction, procrastination, and the siren call of comfort zones. It allows fleeting market trends or immediate gratification to derail your grandest business ambitions, trapping your venture in a cycle of mediocrity or stagnation. But when discipline becomes a deeply ingrained operational habit, fueled by an undeniable purpose and an unshakable belief, it transforms into an almost effortless commitment, a powerful current carrying your enterprise steadily towards its desired market apex. It is the silent, often unseen force that converts the invisible power of your innovative belief into visible, tangible profits and impact. From this bedrock of discipline emerges resolute action. Entrepreneurship is not a spectator sport. It is a contact sport. Belief without action is merely philosophy. Clarity without action is idle thought. Purpose without action is a tragic waste of market potential. It is in the realm of consistent, persistent action that the rubber meets the road, where the internal world of intentional entrepreneurial belief begins to imprint itself upon the external market. The average aspiring business owner waits for perfect market conditions, for certainty, for a guarantee of success before launching or scaling. The high-achieving entrepreneur understands that action, even imperfect action, is the catalyst that creates market momentum, reveals new opportunities, and provides invaluable feedback. They embrace the messy reality of rapid prototyping and iterative improvement, knowing that every effort, successful or not, refines their product or service and strengthens their market position. Consider the thousands of failed prototypes and experiments conducted by James Dyson before he invented his revolutionary bagless vacuum cleaner. Each failed iteration was not a sign of defeat, but a data point, a step closer to the optimal solution. He famously iterated over 0 times before achieving his breakthrough. His actions, fueled by an unwavering belief in creating a better product and a definite purpose to solve a common consumer frustration, were relentless. He didn't wait for the perfect design. He iterated, he tested, he failed forward. His persistence wasn't merely stubbornness. It was intelligent action, guided by an overarching entrepreneurial belief in his innovation. If he had succumbed to the fear of failure, if he had stopped after a few hundred attempts, the world might still be dealing with clogged vacuum bags. Your actions, when hesitant or sporadic in the entrepreneurial arena, reflect a lack of full conviction in your intentional belief. They signal to your subconscious, to your team, and to the market that you are not fully committed, that your desire is fleeting. This half-hearted effort yields half-hearted results, or worse, market irrelevance. But when your actions are congruent with your burning entrepreneurial belief, when every step is taken with definite purpose and unwavering discipline, you create an unstoppable momentum. You become an irresistible market force, drawing opportunities, talent, and capital to you with magnetic precision. Every action, no matter how small, becomes a brushstroke on the canvas of your desired business reality, bringing your innovative vision closer to vibrant, profitable life. As you embark on this path of resolute action, building your enterprise, you will encounter the inevitable currents of market dynamics that demand adaptability. The market is not static. Consumer preferences change, competitors emerge, technologies evolve, and unexpected economic challenges arise. The average business owner is often rigid, resistant to change, and easily derailed by unforeseen circumstances or shifts in demand. The high-achieving entrepreneur, however, understands that true strength lies not in unyielding adherence to an initial plan, but in flexible resilience. They hold their core vision with unwavering conviction, but remain agile in their methods, their product offerings, and their market strategies. They are like water, flowing around market obstacles, finding new niches, always seeking the most effective way to reach their customers and deliver value. This adaptability is not a compromise of purpose. It is an intelligent application of purpose in an ever-changing economic landscape. Think of how Netflix adapted. Their initial vision was DVD by mail, an innovative solution at the time. But their core belief in delivering entertainment directly to consumers and their purpose of convenient access allowed them to foresee and embrace the seismic shift to streaming. They didn't rigidly stick to their initial successful business model when the market signaled a new direction. They adapted. They invested massively in streaming infrastructure and content, and ultimately disrupted their own highly profitable DVD business before others could. Their journey was not a straight line, but a series of courageous pivots and reinventions, each fueled by a persistent, adaptable entrepreneurial belief in their underlying mission. If they had been rigid, unable to adapt to technological shifts or changing consumer habits, Blockbuster might still be in business, and Netflix would be a forgotten relic. Your business adaptability, when weak, leaves your venture vulnerable to being swept away by the currents of external market change. It traps you in outdated models, preventing you from seizing new opportunities and responding to consumer needs. But when you cultivate adaptable resilience, holding your vision firmly while remaining flexible in your execution, you transform market challenges into strategic advantages. You become a master of business navigation, not merely surviving change, but thriving within it, always moving closer to your entrepreneurial apex. This adaptability, born from purposeful action and intentional belief, thrives on the continuous pursuit of learning. The market is an ever-evolving classroom, and the high-achieving entrepreneur is its most dedicated student. They understand that information is abundant, but applied market knowledge and insights are transformative. They are not content with what they already know about their industry or customer base. They possess an insatiable curiosity, a hunger for new data, new consumer trends, new technological advancements, and a commitment to perpetual business model improvement. They see every product launch, every customer feedback, every competitor's move, and every market setback as an opportunity to learn, to refine their understanding, and to sharpen their entrepreneurial skills. The average business owner often ceases to learn once they achieve initial success, or only seeks knowledge within their existing industry comfort zone, limiting their perspective and hindering their future growth and innovation. Consider the tireless dedication to learning demonstrated by someone like Bill Gates in the early days of Microsoft. His vision for putting a computer on every desk and in every home was audacious. But it was his relentless commitment to learning across diverse fields, software engineering, operating systems, business strategy, legal frameworks, that made this vision conceivable. He delved into code, engaged with hardware manufacturers, and embraced the rapid iteration of early software development, not fearing what he didn't know, but eagerly seeking it out to build a dominant platform. His learning wasn't passive. It's an active, ongoing process driven by his grand purpose and unwavering belief in the future of personal computing. If he had stopped learning after the initial success of DOS, if he had become complacent, Microsoft might have been outmaneuvered by competitors. Your commitment to entrepreneurial learning, when superficial or sporadic, leaves your business unprepared for emerging technologies and unaware of unfolding market opportunities. It binds you to outdated paradigms, making your venture vulnerable in a rapidly changing digital world. But when you embrace learning as a lifelong, integral part of your business strategy, fueled by your curiosity and your commitment to your purpose, you become an intellectual powerhouse. You acquire new tools, discover new business models, and continuously expand your capacity for market innovation and wealth creation, ensuring your trajectory remains perpetually upward. This commitment to learning, woven into the fabric of your adaptable, purposeful action, cultivates a profound sense of gratitude. In the entrepreneurial journey, gratitude is not merely a polite acknowledgement of good fortune. It is a powerful emotional frequency that aligns you with abundance and amplifies your capacity to receive more opportunities, more resources, and more success. The high-achieving entrepreneur understands that every challenge overcome, every lesson learned, every small victory from securing a new client to solving a complex problemus, a gift, they find appreciation not only for the grand successes and financial triumphs, but also for the struggles that forged their character, the setbacks that taught them resilience, and the people who supported them along the way, their team, their mentors, their early customers. The average business owner often focuses on what is lacking, on what went wrong, on the perceived injustices of the market or unfair competition, trapping themselves and their venture in a cycle of scarcity and resentment. This negative focus repels the very opportunities and positive energy they seek. Think of Sarah Blakely, the founder of Spanx. She faced countless rejections from manufacturers and investors for her unconventional hosiery idea. Yet, throughout her arduous journey, she maintained an infectious enthusiasm and profound gratitude for every small step forward, every bit of encouragement, every door that opened. Her capacity for gratitude, even in the face of immense rejection and uncertainty, was a testament to the power of a positive mindset to attract solutions. She didn't deny the difficulties. She found strength and motivation in appreciation for the process itself and the belief in her product. If she had succumbed to bitterness and despair after so many no's, Spanx would never have become a billion-dollar brand. Your entrepreneurial gratitude, when absent or shallow, creates a void that prevents true fulfillment and sustainable growth. It fosters a victim mentality, blaming external market forces for internal struggles. But when you cultivate a deep, sincere gratitude for every aspect of your entrepreneurial journey, the triumphs, the trials, the partnerships, the customers, you open yourself and your venture to a richer, more abundant experience of the market. You attract more of what you appreciate, creating a virtuous cycle of receiving and growing, accelerating your trajectory towards the apex of innovation and wealth. And as you embody this profound gratitude, you naturally step into true leadership. In entrepreneurship, leadership is not about position or title. It is about influence, about inspiring your team, your customers, and your industry through your example. It's about demonstrating the power of what is possible when intentional belief, definite purpose, unwavering discipline, resolute action, adaptable resilience, continuous learning, and profound gratitude are woven into the very fabric of your entrepreneurial being. The high-achieving entrepreneur doesn't just reach their own apex of success. They build enterprises that lift communities, empower employees, and create lasting value. They understand that their individual success is amplified when they empower those around them, when they share their vision, and when they light the path for others to follow, creating a culture of innovation and shared success. The average business owner often sees success as a zero-sum game, a competition where one company's gain means another's loss, or where employees' success threatens their own. This scarcity mindset limits their own potential and prevents them from building the powerful teams and market alliances necessary for truly monumental long-term entrepreneurial achievements. Consider how Ray Kroc, though not the original founder, took McDonald's from a small restaurant to a global empire. His belief in the system and its scalable potential was absolute. His leadership wasn't about micromanaging. It was about inspiring franchisees to uphold rigorous standards, about creating a unified vision of quality and efficiency, about demonstrating the power of a standardized, replicable business model. He led not by command alone, but by example. By embodying the very principles of operational excellence and relentless expansion he sought to instill. His ultimate triumph wasn't just his personal wealth. It was the creation of a ubiquitous dining experience that transformed an entire industry and provided countless opportunities for others. If he had only sought to run a few successful restaurants, if he had lacked the vision to empower a vast network of entrepreneurs, his impact would have been a fraction of what it became. Your entrepreneurial leadership, when selfish or short-sighted, repels the very talent, investment, and customer loyalty that could help you achieve your grandest ambitions. It creates isolation and limits your market reach. But when you lead with integrity, with a clear vision, with empathy for your team and customers, and with a genuine desire to uplift others through your enterprise, you become a magnet for talent, for capital, and for market momentum. You build a formidable force, multiplying your impact and accelerating your venture's journey to heights you could never reach alone. This is the continuous loop, the spiraling ascent of the high-achieving entrepreneur. It begins with the audacious choice to believe not passively, but intentionally, profoundly, in your innovative idea and your capacity to deliver it to the market. From that belief, a clear and undeniable definiteness of purpose emerges, outlining the value you will create. That purpose fuels the unwavering discipline to take consistent, resolute action, building your enterprise brick by brick, innovation by innovation. These actions, refined by adaptability to market shifts and enriched by continuous learning from every experience, are sustained by profound gratitude for every step forward and magnified through authentic leadership that empowers those around you. This is not a linear path. It is a dynamic, interconnected ecosystem where each element strengthens and amplifies the others, propelling your venture forward with irresistible force. You don't simply arrive at the apex of entrepreneurship, you become the apex. You don't just achieve financial success, you embody the spirit of creation and innovation. The journey from average idea to apex enterprise is not a destination, it is a continuous becoming, a relentless pursuit of your highest vision, a testament to the limitless power of a mind unleashed by entrepreneurial conviction. So, where do you stand? Are you content to merely wish upon a market trend, or are you ready to create the next one? Are you willing to trade the fleeting comfort of a predictable path for the profound satisfaction of building something truly impactful? The blueprint has been laid bare. The examples of entrepreneurial greatness echo through history. The power lies not in external capital, but within the unplumbed depths of your own innovative conviction. The choice is yours, as it has always been. Will you be swept along by the currents of existing structures, a passive consumer in your own economic destiny? Or will you seize the helm, charting a course forged by your deepest beliefs, disciplined by your highest purpose, and propelled by an unstoppable will to innovate and create? The apex of entrepreneurship awaits. It calls to those who dare to believe beyond the visible, to act beyond the conventional, and to lead beyond themselves. Rise, believe, create, innovate, transform. Your entrepreneurial destiny is not waiting to be discovered. It is waiting to be built. This is your moment. Seize it.